Goku and Giorno, two of the strongest and most overhyped characters in their own series, and have been compared to each other in terms of who beats who since the dawn of debating. But the truth is, the outcome isn't close. Hey everyone, this is Cracked, and you can tell by the title of the video I'm going over why Goku versus Giorno just isn't close. And I just think this video has to come out because this has been a topic talked about for a very long time, since one of the dawns, since debating has ever started. I really think it's just really not close at all, and I think it's kind of justifiable for us to go over this. Now, I've already gone over Giorno. I had a whole full-length video. I'll link it right now so you guys can go have more in depth, because I show most of my scans and everything there. So I totally recommend you go, watch that video for like more in depth. But with that away, I'm going over briefly over kind of what I did in my video. So like I said, already going over Giorno. You don't really go over Giorno. You kind of go over Golden Experience Requiem, which because you focus AP and speed later on. But to be quick, we're to have an understanding of Giorno's own AP and speed. His speed's casually massively faster than light, because he already has his own light speed feats in his own showing, but he's also should logically be drastically above, or at least scale to many characters in the verse, even low tiers, who perform massively faster than light speed feats, which I'm showing on screen right now. In terms of AAP, he can be safely put the multi-city block feats, because again, he scales to or above characters who have performed multi-city block feats. Now, I've heard some people put him at city level or mountain level, which I've not seen any stuff supporting that, but hey, maybe I'm wrong, right? But so anyway, going over that, so that's basically Giorno's own AP and speed. AP, multi-city block level. In terms of speed, he has massively faster than the speed of light speeds, so pretty good start. Honestly, that's a really good tier for most characters. Is a little off on the AP, but speed's really good. But going over actually GER, or Golden Experience Requiem, right? I recommend you go check out my video, because I do a full in-depth analysis. But for basic understanding, it's stated to be the strongest stand of its time. Now, of course, this statement was made before the Pucci time reset, so logically, the statement doesn't refer to any new stands during part 6, 7, etc. But that doesn't really matter, because we already know it scales. We have a lot of stands pre-time skip that would scale above. For example, the stands that he would scale above are, for example, Notorious Big and Made in Heaven, who both of them have in their databook stage to have infinite speed. And of course, that would mean Golden Experience Requiem would have a logically infinite speed as well, and the ability Revert to Zero, which allows him, he can do a lot of stuff. For example, put you in an infinite death loop, which just puts you death through infinitely, right? He also has the ability to have some sort of form of causality manipulation, right? Now, this all goes to the fact that Crimson King has, not really Crimson King, but Diavolo, right, has the ability to kind of see some parts in the future, and these were kind of perfect or guaranteed, foretells, right, predictions of the future. And Golden Experience Requiem was able to change those perfect or guaranteed futures, and just able to revert it to make it where it never happened. His own terms, he made it where he would never reach that reality. And the ability also, Golden Experience Requiem has the ability, now the stand technically has infinite speed, but the ability Revert to Zero has a higher speed feat. What I mean by that, though it doesn't scale to the stand, Diavolo was able to erase portions of time where just those time did not exist in those portions. Now the ability is somehow almost it's able to activate before even off the accord of Giorno. Even the stand it was able to react in stop time, meaning the stand doesn't actually scale to that stop time, but the ability itself. So it's kind of fun. You have basically Giorno having massively faster than light speeds. His stand, Golden Experience Requiem, has infinite speeds, due it's based off the statements, right? It's way above other people with infinite speed. But the ability Revert to Zero can work in something with no time is active, meaning the ability itself has an inaccessible speed feat. And yeah, that's basically the sum of my video when I went over for Giorno. Of course, he has this other kind of low blow kind of techniques, where it has these type of full counter type frogs, or even some type of life stuff going with it, but that's most likely not going to be relevant at all in this debate. And with that out of the way, we can move on to Goku. And before we move on to Goku, I'd actually like to introduce our special guest here, who's actually going to be going over Goku. And would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Sayman Speaks. I do a lot of power scaling content versus battles, so if you're interested, maybe check out my channel. Yeah,
I'll be linked in the description. And again, we're thank you again for joining on this video. We're actually going to be doing 2 collabs. This is on my channel, of course, but later on, sometime within of like within a week or two, I'm gonna say we're gonna be like doing a collab on his channel. So please go check that out. Like he does a lot of really interesting vids. Like and he actually just posted was it Son Goku versus Son Wukong, if I'm correct, right?
Correct.
Yep. You guys should really see that. The outcome was really surprising, and it's just a really nice video. Anyway, so as I said, like I've gone over Goku quite a few times on this channel, exploring different metas, methods, etc. But I think it's best to leave it to the same man speak, since he literally it's kind of the hardest soul of this channel. It would be kind of mean if I took that credit for him.
All right. First off is his strength. He's completely busted in that category, and it's no debate. Here, Goku is shown clashing fists with Beerus, after which Elder Kai makes an important statement. He says that as a result of this clash, the entirety of Universe 7 would be destroyed. This includes 7 infinitely sized realms, which would bring it to high complex multiversal. But you may be thinking that Giorno could still out-hacks with GER. As long as he can catch Goku with that, he'd still win. No. When Goku fought Hit, he managed to break through time in order to counter Hit's timeskip, bringing him to immeasurable speed. That's massively faster than Infinite for folks who don't know, but it actually gets better than that. Jiren is stated by Vados to be transcendental of time, which is an irrelevant speed feat, and anyone who watched DBS knows that Goku blitzes Jiren, making him irrelevant as well. So in simpler terms, Goku would obliterate Giorno before he could conjure the thought or perceive that he's even in a fight.
And yeah, that actually is it's kind of funny. I spent like around 4-ish minutes explaining Giorno just trying to get kind of slapped by Goku. We're both in agreement that Goku would ultimately destroy Giorno. It's not just because, it's just one, he's massively stronger. Like the feats inside, like what, JoJo are almost, like literally Kid Goku probably outslaps them all in terms of AP and even speed debatably, if catch my drift.
Yeah.
But also, even in terms of just, so he's literally just gonna outspeed and out-hack and out-punch him. Literally, yes, technically GR has an inaccessible speed activation, but that activation is infinitely slower than immeasurable speed, so it literally won't matter. And even, let's say, the benefit of the doubt, let's say for some reason Revert to Zero even does, like somehow Goku slips up and it like catches Goku. What do you think is gonna happen? In your own opinion, do you think Goku has a way to get out of that?
Absolutely, he's just way stronger than Giorno. There's no way he's dying to him.
Yeah, like shown actually in JoJo. Now I know this is technically from a non-canon game from Eyes Over Heaven, but again, it was like authored by the creator. So, and these characters are literally from their main timeline. Some things are supposed to be to their canonic, counterparts, right? And it's shown in the verse when he's actually fighting Dio, when he's when he's fighting Dio, he tries to vert him to zero. Now again, Dio does have some type of reality manipulation, but that only happened because he was stronger than the stand. So you can literally make the argument, since literally Goku is a lot stronger than Giorno's GR, he would literally just probably overpower Revert to Zero as itself. Even Revert to Zero itself might not even affect Goku, just because he's a quite literal Dragon Ball character. The reason why it might not even affect him because he's a Dragon Ball character is the fact that how timelines even work inside Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah. If you affect the past in Dragon Ball, it does not matter. It creates a split timeline. It will not affect the present. If you go back in time and slaughter Kid Goku, it's just gonna make a new timeline. Nothing will happen.
Yeah, so quite literally, the GR might be able to, like, let's say, catch him, and it might not even affect him because he might be reverting a past version of Goku, but he's not reverting the actual Goku he's fighting, if you get my drift. Only specific abilities like Whis' reverse time for some reason have some effect, but that's something like on a totally different scale than Giorno's ever faced. Not to mention, like, something to note, Giorno just hacks in general just might have absolutely no effect besides the absolutely speed and power output. See, here's the thing. Now, of course, we've already showed the scans of proving why these dimensions are higher dimensional, makes it around 70 bare minimally, but the actual Kais and the Supreme Kai realm or Afterlife is, of course, stated to be higher dimensional. I've already brought that up. Even stated to transcend the human dimensionality. Even Goku Black and the Goku Black art notes is how Kais look down on a higher dimension, a higher perspective than the mortals. It basically paints the picture, yes, this realm is higher dimensional, but also the Kais are higher dimensional as well in terms of dimensionality. Goku, of course, interacts with this realm and even interacts with these Kais, meaning if equally, his dimensionality should be equal to the Kai's and the realm, since he casually interacts and boxes with these people, even interacts with like actual items like the Z sword from that realm. So with Goku having just an actual higher dimensionality than Giorno, his third dimensional attacks might have a potency higher than his own third dimensionality, which they don't, but like the hacks might. It actually will not affect him because his own dimensionality is drastically lower than Goku's. I think that's a pretty good argument.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Overall, even if you just aside the whole phases of Dragon Ball being like where the time travel doesn't really affect them, or even the higher dimensionality part, he just will literally outspeed the ability and just kind of punch Giorno before he can even like comprehend what's going on. And even if he does maybe catch him, there's always the possibility that he's just a lot stronger, so he would just probably overpower it. I really don't think Giorno has any logical way to beat him, even if you throw on some of his more outlandish hacks that again probably won't do anything to speed blitz him. I really don't see a really clear view for Giorno. What about you?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Giorno is insanely weak compared to Goku. It's almost as stupid as the Goku versus Saitama fight. The winner is clear.
Yeah, although I would say it's a way closer, but it's still stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we sign off, you want to say anything more about your channel?
Not really.
Alright, anyway, that'll be all. Thank you again for joining us, and that'll be Mr. Crafty and
Dayman Speaks.
out.